Can you hear us? Is the microphone on? Can anyone hear? You can hear?
We can hear.
Sweet.
Oh, I'm on air.
Nice, it's working. We can see the level.
There's so many
Thanks for coming,
cams.
everyone.
It says cam 1, that's me. Cam 2 must also be me.
Yeah,
and then cam 4 must also be me.
Can I be? Oh, I'm Vmix.
You must be
You're
VMix,
Vmix.
and then I guess you're the sergeant.
This is a good
Dylan?
bit. Yeah, what is it? The sergeant?
SCG is
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Yeah, so cool. Can we take a picture with everyone real quick before
We should take a picture with everyone real
Can you
quick.
take a picture with us?
Nice.
Sweet.
We're going this way.
Yeah, like this maybe, and then. Yeah, cool. So I think like right here, cool.
We'll go right here.
If Scott can't see you, you can't see Scott, or something like that.
I'll lead in a lot, so it looks packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fake it so it looks packed. Yeah. It is packed, right? Yeah.
Okay, everyone's excited.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Everyone give Scott a round of applause.
Thanks, Scott.
He's been so helpful all weekend. Sweet. Thank you. Well, welcome to the Play to Win podcast, where we talk about winning in cEDH. I'm Cam.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Tyler. And this week, I have way too many things that we're talking about. So we're gonna.
Can I say it? Because I feel like I normally give a little bit of the spiel of what we're talking about.
Do you even know what's going on?
I don't know, but I do know a little bit. I know we're going to talk about a couple of cards that have been spoiled this weekend, and then Cameron has some other things that we're going to talk about, some interesting cards from decks that we may not know.
I have a bit that we're gonna do that's called "What Deck Would This See Play In?" And they will
Can't
be
wait.
actual cards that I found in tournament decks that did like really well in tournaments, and I was surprised that they did well in tournaments.
can't
So
wait.
I'm very
Always
excited.
gonna be
about
right
that.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, name one time we were wrong about a thing on the show.
I can't think of one.
I also can't think of one, and no one's shouting anything out, and I don't hear them.
We've never been wrong.
I just don't hear that, so I think we're all right.
Cool. We also have some packs. We have some tokens. We'll give it at the end. And obviously, if you guys want to say hi afterwards, please come up and we'd love to say hi. But
For sure,
cool.
yeah.
Should we get into it?
Let's get into some stuff.
Yes.
And because we were able to get the iPad hooked up here, I kind of want to start with things that are
Looks
going to
very
require the
professional.
iPad.
Look at it.
It looks very, yeah, there's definitely, I didn't take a screenshot anywhere, right? It's just,
nice. That looks
this is
good.
just what it
This
looks like.
good.
So I wanted to start off with some new cards that were spoiled because some of them are very exciting to me, and some of them I have no idea of what to make of quite yet. And I figured this would be the best place to figure some of this stuff out.
Yeah.
Does Tyler want to read Bloodline Recollector?
Oh, I'm not very good at reading, Cameron. I think that's your boat.
Oh, we all know that I'm a great reader.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
So, Bloodline Recollector is a 2-mana vampire, 1 and a black, vampire warlock, and it says at the beginning of each end step, if 3 or more creatures died this turn, this creature becomes prepared, and if it's prepared, you can cast Ancestral Craving, which is a 1 black instant that says target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. That's pretty good.
That effect is good. 1 mana, draw 3 cards.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's good. But the 1 mana and the 2 mana first, I'm unsure of.
Well, I was the first when I saw this, I thought of the One Ring. Because it's basically the One Ring. It's a 1 mana cheaper than the One Ring, and you lose the same amount of life to draw the same amount of cards.
The issue is you have to have 3 creatures died, and you can only do it in the end step. And I feel like the decks that can make 3 creatures die in 1 turn, like Corvold, if you have 3 creatures die in 1 turn, you've already drawn 3 cards, and you're probably doing something really good.
You didn't even need creatures to die. You had to,
I will tell you what, in my casual Edgar Markov deck, this card is awesome.
This thing is cracked.
I will tell you that much I know for sure. Dargo. Oh, is that Dargo?
One big problem with this, which is that I do not run Displacer Kitten in my Dargo list, and Displacer Kitten would be pretty sick with this.
Is Displacer Kitten good with this? Because you can only
still have to
prepare
do
it
the
at the
3.
beginning of each end step.
You're
So it's
right,
not like
you're
one
right.
of these other ones that we're used to already. This, by the way, is coming out in the Fractured Reality set. Probably should have said that too.
And I want to also clarify, I think this is a dumb question. If I have 6 creatures die, I'm not twice as prepared, am I? No, right?
No, I think
I'm
once-
almost positive the answer is no, but I feel like
once you're prepared, you can't be doubly
You can't be
prepared,
double,
which is
right.
dumb because I feel like if you set up an underground bunker to prepare for like Y3K, because that's going to come up in like another millennium, right? Like, but if I make a second bunker to prepare for
Inside
Y
of the bunker.
inside of the bunker, just as like a failsafe for that bunker,
I would assume twice as prepared, right?
I would
So-
also
right, yeah.
assume twice as prepared.
Yeah, so that I feel that's a flavor fail, but yeah, I don't know about this. Is this a Dargo card? You play Dargo,
I don't think it quite gets
right?
there.
It's like close.
Yeah, here's the thing, because the things that are like really good to sack to Dargo are like not even Shambling Gas. That's not the best one anymore. But if you think Impulsive Pilfer,
Yeah.
or any other things that make a treasure, like they do that right away. They do that when you sack it. And this is so much saying like you need to do all this setup in order to be able to draw 3 cards. And in Timnit Argo, guess what Timnit does? It draws cards. Yeah, it draws cards. Oh yeah, really good.
Yeah.
So I think it's close. Like the pricing is appealing, and there are some decks that will want it. But like honestly, I'm excited about this in my casual handsy deck.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I also feel like Timnit Dargo has a notoriously difficult time winning at instant speed, which is when you would want these 3 cards at instant speed end step, and like you're gonna draw 3 and then just like hope that you untap.
Yeah, like what's the deck that plays this and is okay with having those 3 cards as they pass the turn? Like
Okay.
I guess I do want them right away.
Okay, this card sucks. Let's move on.
We got to give it a rating though.
Oh yeah, let's give it a rating.
Can I say one more thing about the start?
Yeah, sure.
Statistically, one of you, someone in this audience, will have the experience where you go to 3 on an ad nauseum and then someone kills you with this card, and like, write me, please, because it's gonna suck, and I don't care. Yeah, I want to know.
Thoracle, if you prepare this, no one can win with Thoracle as long as you have a black mana up, because if they go to Thoracle, you can activate this and cast a spell and then force them to draw 3 cards.
That's true, because if they have no other blue pips in play, there's no scenario where like they can Tainted Pact, leave 2 cards in their library, and then they're still okay.
And yet, no one's playing Circle.
It's a time card. It's a time card.
No, it's not. Yeah, because stuff dies. You
It's
keep
3
putting
mana or less.
Yeah, you put -1/- counters on stuff to put it to the graveyard, and then that's what prepares
The
this.
time card players are ripping their hair right now. Like, absolutely not, right?
I don't know if we have any. Oh, no, we played against one tie-in player today, so we have where we lost.
Yeah. It's bad.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
We're gonna be talking a lot today.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, so I rate this card a 1, a 0, a 0.
0.
Zero, 1.
Was it binary we're doing now?
Yeah, we're doing only 0s and 1s.
Oh my God.
Nice. So between a 0 and a 1, Tyler, what do you want to rate this?
Don't please.
0.25.
0.25.
Between a 0 and a 1, sure.
Between a 0 and a
We're
1.
gonna give it a 0.55.
Great. Okay, so you gave it a 55%.
Someone get him at. Best rating so far.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm going to give it an apple, so that sounds good. We're going to keep moving on.
This card's almost good.
I have a number of Bilbos to talk about.
This one's the best one, I think. What? Yeah.
Oh, well, good thing. We're starting with the best.
Well, we start with the horse.
It captures the most important aspect of Bilbo, which is that his dogs are out all the time. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Feet, front and center.
Yeah,
See the full gripper. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and they did not spare any detail on the feet either.
I'm counting a lot of toes. Yes, let's zoom in on the toes. Thank
Let's
you.
zoom in. Yeah, you got the. I'm uncomfortable now. Let's back up, and we'll talk about Bilbo, Thief in the Night, who's 1 and a blue for a legendary halfling rogue that lets you cast spells from anywhere other than your hand for 1 less than they actually cost to cast. And then whenever Bilbo attacks, you may cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery from your graveyard. If an instant or sorcery is cast this way. No, what? If an instant or sorcery spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead.
I have something to say.
What do you have to say?
Your command zone is somewhere anywhere else than your hand. So that makes your commander cost 1 less.
This is great in Italian.
That's a little thing that I didn't realize at first. That like, it makes your commander cost 1 less.
So does every medallion.
That's true. Well, yeah, okay, that's true. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like if this had evasion, we'd be very, very close to something. But without the evasion, it's a little bit difficult. But it's Snapcaster Mage every turn, which is a card that the season no play in.
Well, you don't need to get in. It's just an attack.
It's just that's true. Yeah, just an attack
Yeah,
trigger.
so as long as whatever you're getting back from your graveyard is worth more than having Bilbo, I think that's something.
It's really good with Underworld Breach, but that's not really saying much because a lot of things are good with Underworld Breach.
Name one thing.
But I like that it can get back Lion's Eye Diamond. Obviously, there's like artifacts, not just the instants and sorceries. It's really good for like an end step. I guess it's not great for end step Vampiric Tutor, but you get 2 tutors out of it. If you Demonic Tutor on 1 turn, you can Demonic Tutor another turn.
Yeah.
Plus 1 mana less than the other turn.
You can tell why they had to say if an instant or sorcery would be put to graveyard exile instead, because otherwise this becomes infinite turns into 1 player who has no blockers, which would be pretty cool.
That's true, yeah.
But the thing is, the top line of text, like you really want that with the impulse draws, right?
Yeah.
The best times to get like a discount on something from elsewhere that's not your hand is when you have a ton of impulse draw, and that is mostly a red effect. So while this would lean into stuff like Future Sight or like other cards that see casual play, we just don't have that much in mono blue that is.
That's very true. That's very true.
Renvel.
Is this a Ral card, maybe? I've been putting Ral together recently, and I don't know because I haven't played Ral yet. And on surfaces, a 2-mana creature feels not so good. But there's a ton of exile effects with Ral. This makes them all cheaper. Ral makes them all cheaper.
Ral
and
makes them all cheaper from everywhere. From everywhere, Ral makes them all
And
cheaper.
Ral, all of them only really cost 2 mana for the most part, so this doesn't give an additional. So I don't actually know that that's good, but I feel like this This is probably like a bracket 4 RAL card, maybe, now that I'm saying that out loud.
Maybe. I don't think RAL needs more RAL discount to do the RAL thing. It already does it.
It already does
way too well.
It already doesn't play Ruby Medallion, which feels kind of crazy to me, but like you don't need to. Like if RAL dies, then you lose that game and whatever.
And how are you tutoring the creature in Blu-ray?
You're never.
You don't need to. You just, when you have it, it's good.
Are there any RAL players in the audience? What do you think about this card?
Is it Past in Flames?
Is it Past in Flames?
It is not, but
it's
if you
not.
make your Past in Flames flashback even cheaper, though.
That sounded like a maybe.
Oh, did you say good with Past in Flames? Because if you said good
Very
with Past in Flames, I thought you said is it Past in Flames? I'm like, obviously no, it's Bilbo, Thief in the Night.
No,
what are you talking about?
I was saying, is it Past in Flames? Blue-red Past in Flames deck. This is the blue-red Past in Flames.
This is
it
Past in Flames, yeah.
I think this card is almost good. I want to give this a little bit higher than what I think it, like it reads, I think, bad, but I think when you play it, it's going to be awesome. Like if you get
Silas reads bad and plays bad.
Silas does.
Silas reads bad and plays bad, and this is a slightly better Silas.
This is
Slightly better.
Slightly better.
What instance in sorceries do you want to flashback realistically? Because like you have to.
Rituals
You know
and
what?
Tutors.
You know what? Normally this says you have to pay the full mana cost on Force of Will in order to have that be the thing you want to cast again.
just cast them.
I can pay alternate costs
Right.
with this. This does not say that, you know, my deflecting swat can't be cast for free if I also control my commander or something like that.
Yeah, and it's only 2 mana. I mean, I don't think it's a commander. I don't think this is a mono blue deck, but I do think that there are some decks that could use this. I don't know. It feels like it's close.
0.8.
0.8.
A 0.8 on the 0 through 1 scale.
I'm gonna give this a 2.5. I think it's almost good.
I'm gonna give it
2.5 at a 0 to 1.
Yeah, I'll give it an aqua. That sounds good to me.
Very good. Let's move on.
Next, we have another Bilbo.
This one's way worse.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Also,
This one's
much
funny.
harder to see. In the,
Yeah,
Way
I can
less
see the
hard.
toes a lot. I feel like in the audience.
Yeah, it's really
are there?
ironic
1,
because
2,
you
3,
shouldn't
4,
be
5.
able to see the toes when they're invisible. So like,
to go-
it's actually kind of weird.
Yeah.
it should have been only the background. Like that's kind of the.
They should have done it like Dragapult, where the tail is like translucent at the end. The toes should be translucent.
I thought Dragapult's tail just ended. Oh, okay.
Dragons have toes?
Dragapult has a tail, but it's
You can't
translucent.
see the toes because Dragapult has
see
the
its
one
toes
on,
because
so
they're
you can't
translucent.
see. Yeah.
That's a Pokemon.
That's why it is.
What does this card do?
Bilbo Luckwearer is a legendary halfling rogue that's a 1/1 that can't be blocked, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you get to loot, draw a card, and then discard a card. But you can also put him on an adventurer. What? No, you send him on an adventure to Burglar's Plot for 4 and a blue to exchange control of 2 target non-land permanents that share a card type.
Interesting. Oh, go ahead. You have.
I love exchange control effects.
You are a Gilded Drake fan through and through.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
And this is kind of like a Gilded Drake.
No.
It's so much mana. This is the
You're
interesting.
right. It's better than Gilded Drake because it does so much more. You're right. Thank you for correcting
It
me.
is interesting that you could you exchange 2 people's things, so you can like. That's not good ever. If you give somebody else a risk of studying change.
I don't want you to have your Underworld Breaches
No,
because
it's
it's
a
a
sorcery.
sorcery.
It's a
Yep.
sorcery.
I don't want you to have your Atali because next turn they're going to Twin Flame it. I'm going to give it to this player instead.
Let's move on. This card's not good at all.
No, this is great because if you have like it, you can. This is like steal enchantment on a creature that also loots when it attacks and gets you in with your Timna. This actually has a little bit more value than like I think I initially thought that it had.
5 mana is infinite.
Yes, but we have another card that we're going to talk about today that saw real tournament play that doesn't affect, that does this, but for even more mana.
I hate small sample size. Okay, sure. I still give this one a 0.2.
I'm giving it a 110.
Guys.
This is the best card we talked about.
That can't be true. That can't be true.
I honestly think that it will see more play than the other Bilbo.
Really?
Reading both of these, I think this has much more impactful text than sometimes cards that you don't care about cost.
Clip that.
Clip that.
Great.
Clip that.
Great, yeah. Last time we did a live podcast, I was so right about flash photography, and you guys were so wrong. So I can't wait. I can't wait for this to happen.
I was wrong about that one. I admit I was very wrong about that card.
Yeah.
You're playing in Kinnan now.
Yeah, don't tell people, because then it.
What's this prize? Tom Burton Williams.
Tom Burton Williams next. These are all my uncles together in one room. This is 3, a black and a green for a legendary troll. It's a 5/5. And for 1 mana and sacrificing another creature, you can draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power and then discard a card. And then when Tom, Bert, and William die, if they were a creature, return them to the battlefield, and now they're an artifact.
What do you have to say?
Are we talking about casual cards or cEDH cards?
Let's talk about casual so we can be kinda first.
Okay. This is so close to Greater Good text, and I love
On a
Greater Good.
commander.
And there are some niche decks that can play Greater Good. Like there's just, sorry, Jessica. There's versions of Dargo that are running like Dargo Ikra, for
Dargo
example.
right hand or
When you're in Jund and you can do Greater Good effects, that's fantastic because it lets you get through so much of your deck. But this costs 1 mana. 1 mana is not very much, but it is a lot more than 0.
That's true.
There's a world where only discarding 1 card is actually worse than discarding 3 cards that you draw 2, especially if you're trying to seal your breach or something.
What about the 19-6? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yargle and Multani, that's an 18-6. Get your
Darn it.
stats.
Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. I don't know cards at all.
Oh my god.
In that deck, this card is good. I feel like in that deck, I asked us to talk about this card because equal to that creature's power, like that the potential is very wonderful.
Could you imagine sacrificing your Protean Hulk and then drawing 6 cards, 7 cards?
Is this a Hulk commander? Definitely not, right? Because, well, all right, so Tymna and Halana is an actually good cEDH deck. I don't know about actually good, but it has seen results, right? We all agree that Tymna and Halana is something.
It sees play. Yep.
It sees play, and Halana is how much mana to cast?
4.
And then 2 mana to destroy the thing?
Absolutely.
Which is 6, which this is also 6. So this does a similar thing. Tymna Halana gets to play Tymna, which is a good card. Tymna Halana gets to play white cards, which is very powerful. This doesn't get to do that.
Oh,
but
I guess, yeah, that means that your Hulk line, if this is your commander, that means that your Hulk line is worse. But why would you play this as your commander over Dina, Soul Steeper, if you're
great
trying to do
question.
a black-green Hulk thing, I guess?
wait, does Dina do Hulk stuff, right? What does Dina do?
I thought she has a 1-mana sacrifice ability.
Yeah, she's way better. And like Grist also. I feel like Grist is also does
Why aren't you doing Grist over Dina? Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one like a one or two. 1 or 2.
A 1 or a 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's
not
either
1 or a 2. A 1 or 2.
A 1 or 2.
That's the whole.
Yeah, fully agree. I see. 1 or 2. Okay.
yeah, okay.
What about you, Tyler?
I said I agree. Yeah, one or two.
He gives it an I agree.
I'm gonna
1 or
give-
2. I agree.
I'm gonna give it a 0.5.
There we go. Let's move on.
Nice. Before we move on,
Yes.
I would like to say this because I meant to say this at the beginning of the podcast. I would like to institute questions that can be asked during the podcast. However, that does not mean that you can just shout them out. What I would like to do is use the Vegas channel on our Discord. And that way, if you have a question, just head over to the Vegas channel on the Discord, just pop it in there, and then we'll answer questions as they might come up. If you have them there, I wanted to originally show them up here, but then I got worried about moderation, and I decided, no.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
We have a
So-
question from Larceny Roars right away. How's your day, Cam?
Oh, my day's so good, Larceny. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah. I like that. He didn't ask anyone else either. So that was really nice of him. Yeah. Cool.
Should we talk about another card?
Let's move on. We're going to talk about Riddles in the Dark.
Yeah.
This is 2 and a blue for an instant that lets you look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them into a face-down pile and a face-up pile. Do you like how I let Tyler read the first card and now I'm hijacking all of them?
Yes.
That was nice of me.
Best
Yeah.
reader reading all the cards. Best reader on stage reading cards.
You got that right. Best reader on this side of the Mississippi. An opponent chooses one of the 2 piles that we previously talked about, if you remember anything about them. And then you can put that pile into your hand and the other goes into the graveyard.
This is like Fact or Fiction and a couple other cards that are also like Fact or Fiction. But this one's 3 mana.
This one's 3 mana, yeah.
Instant speed is good.
I feel like a lot of these effects
good.
get put on sorcery sometimes now.
Yeah.
That might be wrong. I might be wrong.
I don't know about this one, but again, this is a card that I'm thinking about for Ral. Specifically because I have seen some Ral lists play Stock Up, which is an interesting card, and I think, well, I love Stock Up personally, and that's super great in cEDH, but I think it's pretty reasonable in Ral, and I think this does a very similar thing to Stock Up. You get to see 4 cards rather than 5 cards, but you still, for the most part, get 2 of them, except this doesn't say they have to be piles of 2. You can put 3 in one and 1 in the other, so if you were to hit...
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
If you do hit like Past of Flames and like 2 other things, put those 3 down and then think that like, oh, this other card is really good. It's a Gamble or whatever it is. Like, I don't want the Gamble. Like, whatever it is, you can like finagle piles where like the Past of Flames goes where you want, or you get the 3 cards if you need to or something like that. And with Rowlet, this only costs 2 mana rather than 3, so I don't know. I feel like this card is, and it's an instant. I feel like this card is kind of...
Yeah, I like that it puts the cards in a much more relevant spot too. Like a Stock Up puts the cards that you don't get onto the bottom of your library, but putting them into your graveyard where you'll have access to them again potentially, way better.
Yeah. Oh, the Stock Up gets 2. You get to pick any 2 cards out of 5, which is like you get the maximum selection, which is like really why Stock Up is good. It's the 2 out of 5 and you get to pick. This one you don't get to pick, but like a lot of the times, like maybe you have Past and Flames in your hand already, and it doesn't matter what.
Sometimes you get to pick because you get to politic your table table into saying, you need to give me this pile.
I need the Fierce Guardianship. Give me the Fierce Guardianship.
And also, there's the joyous psychological damage of like when they really picked the wrong pile. There's something that gets in the
tilt them into oblivion because they picked the wrong pile.
Is there a world where you have a pile of 0 and a pile of 4?
Absolutely.
Underworld Breach, when you already have access to LED, like then it just doesn't matter. If they put it in your hand, you can just put it back in the
Oh my
graveyard.
God, this is a brain freeze.
This is
Because this always puts more cards into your graveyard than it is to exile to Underworld Breach.
Oh, you can go infinite with free doing it. This
Yeah, but then I have to like LED. Well, I guess then it's not because I need 7 cards in order because I have to recast LED then again.
There's a very important line of text on Brain Freeze, Cameron, which is Storm.
You were asked. This is good. Storm is good. That's a smart thing that you just said. Storm is good. But I definitely do think there's a.
That might be the first wrong thing that we said on the podcast, but
I do think there's a world where you're just like, I already have Breach or I have Passive Flames or whatever. I'm just gonna give you a pile of 0 and 4. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
And you can give me my hand if you want to, and then I have 4 cards in my hand. I'll discard the Lion's Head Diamond or whatever. Yeah, I think this card. I don't know. I
I have a
like
new
this
best card of the day, and it's this one.
Best card of the day right here. I'm gonna give it a 3.
This is gonna be like stock up for me, where like I did not know if it was good for like weeks, and it's gonna be the same.
Honestly, I still don't know if Stockless is good either.
I think it's questionable in RAL, honestly. I don't think all the RAL lists play it. Some of them do, though. And if you're on that card, I think this card is close.
Maybe you should look into riddles, yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah, I do need to rate it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a Steel Force.
Nice.
Great.
All right, we have Dank Sinatra says, Dylan and Tyler, how are your days? You want to go first?
My day is very good. I'm in MagicCon. MagicCon is the freaking best. Well, is anyone having like a terrible day?
Who's having a bad day? No one. Who's having a good day? Yeah? All right, you guys had it. Yes, yeah, cool. My day's also all right, thank you.
Do you have to do another question?
Should we do one more question? Yeah, let's go from Jeremy. What if we use roller coasters as the main form of transportation?
Oh,
It would be way
it
safer.
would be way safer. So statistically,
Good start.
I already had to sit through this.
We had this yesterday.
statistically, yeah, what? It's like 1 in every 3,000 car accidents happen.
Don't fact check that.
Yep, don't fact check that. But like you have a 1 in 30,000 chance of getting in a car accident, but you have like a 1 in 1 million chance of getting in an accident on a roller coaster. So why isn't all public transportation on roller coasters?
This is certainly not a misinterpretation of statistics at all.
Hour. Yeah, per hour?
No, you just mean all numbers.
Period. All
That means all numbers.
all numbers.
No, it's just you have a 1 in 30,000 chance of getting hit.
Realistically, if I hate to poke a little thing in this, I think there's probably way more people that drive cars than on roller coasters.
Well, that's only because of how society is built right now. But once, right? Like all we have to do is just like
got me there.
Yeah, just like change up how society and traffic work.
Yeah.
And then we'll be way safer.
So if you're saying that instead of buses and trains, everywhere you was just a roller coaster to get to like your work or your
See,
job.
we're also assuming that it has to have loops and it has to like be a world record breaking launch coaster.
We should define what a roller coaster is then for this debate. What's a roller
A
coaster?
roller coaster is any sort of ride that has an incline and then coast at some point. It lets gravity do its job and then like lets you just go through the ride at its regular
Except we
speed.
did find out that the coasting part is a little bit.
It's a little ambiguous because there's also power coasters, which are, they have like an electromagnetic push that gets them a start.
In order to live in this hypothetical, I think we have to stretch the definition of roller coaster slightly because I feel like roller coasters also have to end at a point that's very close to or the exact same point.
They
that
end
start
whatever
at.
the start. Well, technically no, because there's also like a Mobius loop coaster.
I
which
rate
is-
this discussion a 3 out of 10 at most. This is.
I rate this discussion a 5. This is a good one. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy, can you stand up and identify yourself so everyone can take their fury out on you? Jeremy's fault.
Now we love Jeremy. Thank you. All right. I could keep talking about this for a year.
Cut you off.
We got a comment on the podcast yesterday, the one that got posted up on YouTube that said, hey, you guys should do like an episode every once in a while where you don't talk about magic.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I would love that. I feel like a lot of other people wouldn't like a whole hour and a half diatribe on roller coasters. But
Maybe we'll do Patreon exclusives where we talk about only.
only roller coasters?
All right, sure.
Go. Yeah, that sounds good. Honestly, I think this is the last one of the new cards that I have to talk
cool.
about. Yeah. This is the Mind Stone. If you don't mind, I'll read this one too.
Please, thank you very much.
This is 1 and a white for a legendary artifact Infinity Stone. It's got indestructible and it taps for a white. But then you can harness it for 5 and a white and tapping it. And then that means that at the beginning of your end step, you can exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent you control and then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. This is not as good as I wanted it to be.
This is not as, this is close to, there's already, I think it's funny there's already called a card that's name is Mind Stone, and this is the Mind Stone, that's different.
Oh yeah, because the other one wasn't a proper noun.
Right, yeah, this is the Mind
This
Stone.
is the, yeah.
I originally, for a little while, was playing the Soul Stone in cEDH. I ended up taking it out because there's really not that many things that you use to cast the black mana with. But white pips, there are a decent amount. There's a lot of things that I want to spend white mana on. I'm having Lavinia in the deck now. cEDH herself is pretty good. So if anything, I think this might be a cEDH card because it's a legendary permanent that taps for a white mana. And I think that's like relevant enough, but I don't know.
2-mana rocks that make a pip are just good. Almost all of them. We know that from the Soulstone. And like the text that is essentially bonus text, it's almost never gonna matter.
Yeah.
But it's still better than just not having that text. Like it does not nothing.
Right, yeah, I am playing Derevi. You're playing Derevi and other things that you want to be able to flicker and stuff like that. So like that could come up, I suppose. Like you're gonna have bolos of mana at certain points. If you have 6 mana, you can probably like activate cEDH or something like that. But sometimes that's not gonna be the case, and maybe that'll come up. But I think this is as close to a cEDH card.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening in the background. What's going on with this office that this?
I want those chairs. Those are cool.
Oh, is that what that is? It
They're
looks-
like
yeah.
they're like floating, and then like the table's upside down. How do you get any work done there?
Dude, it beats me.
I'm a little confused. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this card's okay, but I think it's better than the Soulstone. My biggest problem with I think what this whole cycle is going to be is that you can't cast them off of Ancient Tomb, which is really what makes 2 mana rocks worth playing in any cEDH deck, really. Except Kinnan, obviously, right? Yeah.
We're gonna get a blue one. We're gonna get a green one. I'm so excited. Why didn't we get them this time?
The blue or green would
I am
absolutely
so
be good
impatient.
Kinnan, right?
Of course.
Like no matter what they
They'll
do.
work well in
Pretty
Kinnan
much,
because like you can cast your Talisman with Ancient Tomb, and then still on turn 1. Well, no, it's not on turn 1. Okay, never mind.
So yeah, it's just not all about Ancient Tomb. Like honestly, almost every 2-mana rock is good. Like I've frequently considered running stuff like Thought Vessel or something.
Yeah.
Like even though these
Or
are
Mind
not
Stone.
particularly good effects, but like they're just good. Like
Yeah.
2-mana rocks are very good, and if they make pips especially, we're almost certainly going to be running them. We run Simic Signet. So.
Yeah, if Kinnan runs Simic Signet, the blue stone and the green stone have got to be good. I think.
The Mind Stone and the
No, this is the Mind Stone.
the Time Stone's the blue one.
I'm sure.
And then the green one was the
Oh, they already have names, don't they?
What's the green one?
yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Time Stone. There we go. Thank you, guys.
The green one's gonna say take an extra turn after this one. That's so weird. That's so weird. Yeah.
Any cEDH players here? Do you think the Mind Stone's gonna be good? A thumbs up, a thumbs up, thumbs up and a. That's kind of how I'm thinking. A thumbs up and an a, maybe.
Thumbs up and
Okay.
a.
Thumbs up
Yeah.
and a.
Nice. All right. Well, what do you rate this then, Dylan?
I'm gonna like a 2.8, like a maybe in one deck.
Out of what?
Out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.8 out of 5. I would
I'm
say.
gonna give this a peanut butter and jelly out of 100.
Nice, very good. I love that. Cool.
Yeah. I'll say a 2.
A 2.
A 2.
Yeah, 2 sounds right.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all of the new previews that I wanted to talk about.
I have another question before we get into our
That
next
sounds
topic.
good. Yeah, while you're asking the question, I'm going to unplug the iPad
Perfect.
from the system. And that I'm telling you that, Dylan. So here comes the unplugging right now.
Boom. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, everybody. Yeah.
Siege asks, what are your guys' favorite monocolor commanders to play? Any interest in monocolor commander? What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, the true answer is I still love Tiny Bones. I had so much fun with that deck back in the day for sure. But if we're talking about in cEDH, I haven't done it yet. I really want to try the Cabbage Man deck. Just the Cabbage Man. That seems so cool.
It's got like several 4-card combos. Yeah, that's cool.
In mono green is actually really impressive. Green is not good at doing a ton of stuff.
Yeah, you're right. The Cabbage Merchant, not man, merchant, or is he man?
Cabbage Merchant.
It's merchant. Yeah. That card is really good. I know, obviously, like that's not really surprising, or whatever. And like in the right deck, that card is absolutely broken, and having it in the command zone is pretty neat.
You know what? He can be the Cabbage Man. He's more than his job.
He's more than just a merchant. Do you have an answer? Favorite monocolored commander, specifically for cEDH, I guess.
Probably Magda, I would
Magda.
have to say. Yeah, that's just the one that I've had the most luck and success with playing in monocolor.
Yeah.
I had to stop covering my mic when I talk. What an amateur. Oh, my God.
For me, Casey Jones, not a deck that I'm playing anymore, but mono red Casey Jones. I think that strategy is really something that like mono red Storm I think is really cool. I don't know that Casey Jones specifically is the best home for it, but I had a ton of fun playing that deck when I did, and like it's able to do some really wild Storm stuff. So
You know, we saw a long shot deck at our tournament. Yeah, long shot, for those that don't know, is 3 in a red for a guy from the Avatar set. Not even from the Avatar set, from the Jumpstart thing.
Yeah.
He's got reach, he's a 2/3, and he lets all your non-creatures cost 1 less, and whenever you cast a non-creature, you deal 2 damage to each opponent.
Yeah, it's like Ruby Medallion and Gutter Snipe on the same card, which is like for mono red Storm players, like that is the dream.
I need 2 costs in one card in order to make this work.
4 mana is so much, but like he made it top 4. He did a lot of good stuff. All you have to do is cast 20 spells. That's what he said. Just the goal is to cast 20 spells and you win the game.
You win the game.
It's like, it's kind of a tough sell. Like, all you gotta do is cast 20 spells and it's like, that costs so much money. Like, where am I gonna find all this money? But it's kind of Ruby Storm, right? Like a little bit, which is really cool. But maybe not as good as Rao doing these.
That was my kind of thing. Is like, isn't Rao kind of better? But I know Rao didn't make the top 4 of that tournament.
That's
true.
No,
I love small sample sizes, so I'm sticking to that.
Gotta love it. I know. Yeah, I know you do. Do you have one more question before you
Do
move
one more
on?
question. We get to the next one. First to say, Mind Stone is better than Ruby. I don't know about
Ruby
that.
Stone?
No, Ruby,
the creature.
The red green legend that taps for a red or green and has haste. I like Ruby a lot, and haste is really good and customizable, red or green.
Ruby makes to say this much bigger, and the Mind Stone makes to say this much bigger.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a difference. Let's see. Black or blue Spirit Guide. That's not a question. That's just what I want to have come into the next set where there's the fractured stuff.
That is not.
Reality Fracture?
Reality Fracture.
You want a black or blue Spirit Guide?
Yeah, well, where Tanner says that, black or blue Spirit Guide, and I agree. Black or blue Spirit Guide.
Black or blue Spirit Guide?
Of the two, I think I hope they print the black one if they're going to do one of them, because the blue one would be really, really cracked. That is.
I think the blue one would be worse than the black one.
Realistically, if they did a colorless Spirit Guide, it would probably be like mostly fine-ish, but it would still be like way too good in standard, which is what this set is for.
I guess,
right?
yes, but now that I'm thinking about it, there's probably a commander product that goes along with that.
Right.
So there's a chance that they might just put a colorless Spirit Guide and a commander deck too.
Which I think would be like
Eldrazi Spirit Guide?
probably fine in Legacy, although one of the most like notorious, we don't have to talk too much about Legacy, but I feel like it would be really good in Oops All Spells, which is a deck that all the Legacy players hate, and it'd be good in that deck probably.
You know, that would still be good in the mono white deck too.
be
Just
good
like
in the
having
mono white deck,
a Spirit Guide for the mono white deck.
Really good
to
in
play.
Vintage. It would be really good in cEDH. I would play it in Rocksai for sure.
Yeah.
But colorless, yeah.
I'd play this Stasi for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But actual odds of it happening?
Probably
not
low.
very high.
Probably low. But I want it to happen. I think it'll be good. I want it to happen.
Let's do one more before we try to guess which deck this card was played in.
What do we think of Rowan, Scion of War in cEDH? Should we read what Rowan, Scion of War does?
Yes, Rowan Scion of War is 1 black and a red for a 4/2 with the ability to tap, and then spells you cast cost X less, where X is the number of life that you've lost this turn.
Fact check, is that right? Yeah, sounds right. That's what that card is. Honestly, I think Rowan is almost good. I think I've seen it do pretty well in a couple of tournaments. I think it's super fast. It's like a play Rowan on turn 1, and then on turn 2, lose some life, make a bunch of mana, and try to win the game. It's probably a little bit slower than that realistically on average, doing that like on turn 3 or whatever, but I think the deck is almost good. I like a good turbo deck, and it's a good, unique way to play turbo right now.
I still see that deck occasionally and get to play against it. I think it is a little bit telegraphed, which is always tough in a deck, but it is very scary because it's such a powerful effect.
Yeah.
I also remember that I think we played this deck on the channel, and I played that one in an episode. And after that, I was like, man, maybe I should build this. And then almost immediately build Tomb to Kark. And I was just like, oh, forget that. Like,
Yeah, I
Tomb to
think
Kark's way crazier.
Yeah, I think that's sometimes the issue is like there's just like if you want to do like mana advantage, like Dargo also provides you mana advantage in like a much more explosive right now type of way, but I still like Rowan in theory. I don't know that it's a deck that I would realistically want to play. I think there's many other decks that I would get to first, but I think what it does is pretty unique.
I think so too. It takes bad cards and makes them good, which is not necessarily a spot that we love. Like we talk a lot about taking really good cards and making them busted. Like that's really the spot that I want to be. And the problem is that like Rowan makes me play 5 and 2 black, discard my hand, tutor for 3 cards, which is a very powerful card, right? Like the ability to find the 3 cards that win me the game immediately is very powerful, but I have to set myself up for that, and sometimes it can just be a little bit tough. But that's what I think about Rowan. I guess if I gave Rowan a rating, it would be a 5. 5 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 6 just because I love Torment of Hailfire so much.
It is cool with Torment of
I'm
Hellfire.
giving it a 2. Can I give out some packs?
Yeah, give out some packs. That sounds
I have
good.
a question that I like to ask at these things. Who lives the furthest away, do you think, from where we are right now? Connecticut? Who lives further in Connecticut? St. Louis? Canada's probably right. Ontario? Who lives further than
Is that
Ontario?
where Toronto is? Ontario's?
Yes.
That is farther than Connecticut then, yeah, okay.
Further than Ontario? Alaska, that's got to be farther than Ontario. Whoa. Puerto Rico, that's farther than. All right, I'm gonna go Puerto Rico over here. That's probably very far.
Nice, that's sweet.
And then who? Where?
And then Alaska.
Alaska, that's probably very far. Ontario, Canada. There you go. You guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. So close to
You guys have to share that whole pack between all of you, so.
Thank you for coming so far.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you, guys. All right, now we'll play Guess Which Deck. I can't believe no one's saying this.
No one knows this yet?
Oh, yeah.
What is it? We'll chant it together once we know it.
Yeah,
We gotta go find this one.
It's out of my sails. The wind's out of my sails. You all ruined it for me. I'm just kidding. All right. Do you guys remember Valgavoth World Eater?
Yes. Is this like a 9-drop?
We do remember this. This is a 9-drop. Yeah.
Cost a bajillion mana.
Cost a bajillion mana. Should I read it? I'll read it.
Yes.
I bet someone here doesn't remember what it is. It's me. Valgavoth Terror Eater. I wrote World Eater, so right, I don't even know what the card is. Valgavoth Terror Eater is 6 and black for a legendary creature, Elder Demon, with flying and lifelink. It has a ward cost of sacrificing 3 non-land permanents, and if a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead, and during your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost.
I want to say that I feel like a Terror Eater is a good guy.
I would imagine that someone that eats all of the terror out of the room is a good guy.
He's eating all your fears. He's making you brave. I feel like that's a good guy, number one. So I feel like I don't know how I feel about the flavor on that name.
Well, maybe it is very flavorful because I feel really good about my stage fright after I read this. It ate all of it away.
Nice.
This is a Doctor Voidwalker that you want to reanimate. Is kind of what we're thinking here.
Yeah, that's
much.
in general what you would think about this card.
I have thought about it in my casual Villas deck that I want to pay life a lot of the time, and when you pay life, you have to cast the things that you get from exile.
That's pretty good, yeah.
What we were trying to do is guess which commander this card sees play in.
What commander deck played this card?
I have a question.
and did well
I
in
have
tournament?
a guess.
What's your guess, Dylan?
Hashaton?
Hashaton? Is that your final answer?
I'm going to lock that in as my guess.
What about you, Ty?
I think it's gotta be
Hashaton. Okay.
Yeah, it's the only one I'm
Does anyone else want to put a guess in? Rog Tevish is a good guess. Rog Tevish, some more Rog Tevishes. Plagon? Oh, Rick. Crick. I was like, yeah, those are 2 white creatures. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? No, Crick makes way more sense too, yeah. The correct answer, everyone. I have to go to the bathroom. The correct answer is Rog Tevish.
Rog Tevish.
This was Rog Tevish, yeah.
What is Rog Tevish doing with this?
That's crazy. You are not ready for this. I got so excited about this, I had to sit down and stand up at the same time. Do you remember a card that we made fun of?
Oh, no.
Quite a bit.
We've made fun of so many cards and been wrong about so many of them.
Divergent Transformations. It's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
6 in a red for an instant that has Undaunted, which means that it costs 1 less to cast for each opponent.
Yeah.
And you exile 2 target creatures, and for each of those creatures, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature, and you can put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle the rest into your library.
Didn't Rebel have a list with this where she was playing like Sire of Insanity and Tergrid or something? Didn't that exist like 100 years ago?
yeah.
I feel like I remember that thinking like, well, this is kind of cool.
That is cool, because now you do that with Sire of Insanity and Valgavoth Terror Eater.
Same idea.
Which is kind of the same idea, yeah.
Right?
And the deck is just full of the other red polymorphs, like Luca, Coppercoat Outcast, who has a minus ability that is basically a polymorph. There's just Transmorgify, which is a straight up red polymorph.
Yeah.
So the whole point of this is to get like Rograk into play, and then you get to polymorph Rograk into either the Sire of Insanity, which says at the beginning of each end step, each player discards their hand, which is like, I'm throwing up right now, which is the audio-only listeners can't
It's
hear.
really good that I didn't know about this as an option when I was like casting around for decks that were not Kinnan in other colors. Because if I knew I could just cheat like huge creatures into play in other colors, I would have done
Right?
it, you know.
Yeah. It's disgusting. You kind of don't even care. Like, if you only have one of the other polymorphs, I can only find one of them. Like, you kind of don't care which one you flip into, because Sire of Insanity means that no one's going to do anything on the next turns. And Valgavoth is just like this insane card advantage engine, kind of.
I have a question. Why Tevish? I know like it makes 2 bodies, but 5 mana sounds like 1,000. Like I feel like maybe like Francisco, the bird pirate, then you can play both your commanders for 3 mana and then blow them both up to get the thing. Or maybe is it just like you're in like a bad, weird deck. You don't want to play 2 bad commanders. You want one of them to maybe draw.
Tevish is actually good, so we should stick with
good.
Tevish, yeah.
I don't know that, because for my thing, I would want to do this as quickly as possible, but maybe as quickly as possible isn't the goal of this deck.
I don't think it can because you're not winning right away. Like you're just getting Sire of Insanity and Valgavoth into play. That doesn't win the game on its own. Like you have to use your opponent's things to win, which I guess there's a lot of scenarios where you're just gonna get enough cards to win. But here's the other thing: if you do this too soon, no one has enough good stuff. If you let like Rhystic Study slop happen, and then you make someone discard 15 cards, holy cow, that's really good.
Yeah.
With Sire, sure. The other thing, though, if you get the Valgavoth side of this out, I think it's worth noting that in Casual, I think Ward sacrifice 3 non-land permanents is like a pretty steep cost. Probably the best like Ward cost that we have, period.
Probably.
In cEDH, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents is like your entire board if you're free turn 3. So I think that is pretty cool, where it just feels like that is almost impossible to remove once it comes down. Because who's going to fall on that sword? There's like 2 other players. You're looking at them going like, I would like you to sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. Like,
I think you're right about it being very good in the Rhystic Slop type of, but like how are you going to resolve something like this in Rhystic Slop? Or like if your opponent has 15 cards in hand, like it's unlikely that they let this resolve, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you resolve the Hexing Skull at your first or something like that, the defense grid, the Spider Punk or something like that.
Yeah, or you just like you cast Transmogrify and then they counter it, and then you cast Reality Scramble immediately after that. Like there's
double.
Like 50 of them.
Right, there's a lot of
1, 2, there's 4. There's 4.
There's only 4.
There's only 4. You know what you do? You Ruination them. This deck plays Ruination. Do you remember this? Destroy all non-basic lands. Yeah, this is kind of like Turbo Stack C.
This is like the strongest bracket 4 ever, but in the right cEDH pot, it's going to destroy a cEDH
It's
pot.
kind of like a Tally. Like you need to play against the right decks in order for it to win.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can see that.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Yeah, way better than like when this deck used to spin into Void Winnower instead, and just tried to like actually stacks.
Why are you talking about my board?
Do you play Void Winnower anymore?
No, not anymore.
Yeah. See, there we go. There we go. Damn it.
I have another question before we get to the next.
Let's do it.
The question is, do you have any tips for new podcasters? Not really a Magic thing, but a content creator.
No kidding. I don't think we ever got this question before.
I don't think we ever had it.
That's so cool.
What, do you have any tips?
Yeah, do I have any tips for new podcasters? Yes. You should.
I'm not tipping what they are.
I guess my tip is figure out what your niche is going to be before you just start talking about something. It's very easy to just start talking about something.
Yeah.
But I think like trying to come up with a plan is just like a little bit of an
Plan's good.
easier time to do stuff with that.
Try to aim for screaming 80% of the time and normal talking 20%.
That's 80% of the time. Those are the notes on us.
Yeah.
Be sure to scream when we have on our podcast.
Exactly.
Remember to scream. Just get an inspirational poster in the office.
Remember to scream.
You're not yelling enough. Yeah.
I would give, if I could, just consistency. That's kind of like an easy one that I feel like creators give a lot of times, but like consistency, even when the podcast is bad, just keep doing it. As long as it's fun, that's kind of the goal. You have to have fun while you're doing it. The process has to be cool, because if you don't enjoy the process of doing it, everyone's gonna be able to tell. It's not gonna look authentic or fun or cool at all. So if you enjoy doing it, everyone will be able to feel that it's fun and they'll wanna like hang out with you and watch your stuff. At least kind of that's what I think going in is like, just be consistent and try to have fun with it. You have to enjoy it.
Be yourselves. Like give your audience the opportunity to get to know who you are at a pace that is comfortable for them. Because I think there is the first time you watch someone, I don't necessarily want to know all of their hobbies. Like, it's fun to talk about roller coasters once you get to know me a little bit. But like, if it's your first episode of the Play to Win podcast, I can understand how I'm an annoying little turd and won't shut up about roller coasters, right? But like, it's like, I think as you introduce parts of your character as you start to release more episodes, I think that's a great way to kind of like hook your audience into that. Show that you care about the material that you primarily want to be presenting, and then as you continue to present that material, get yourself to be known through your podcast.
That was from Bite Size, by the way, so thank you, Bite Size.
Thank you,
for the
Bite
question.
Size. Yeah.
Sure, cool. Can I give away some more packs?
Give out some more packs.
Does anyone live in Las Vegas? Is anyone from here? Oh, whoops. Okay, so many of you. All right, so the first couple that I saw was there's.
Who doesn't live in Las Vegas?
Oh, really? Oh, there's more. All right. Who lives in Las Vegas? You guys live in Las Vegas? I'll just do a couple in the front row here. Vegas livers. Cool. Cool. What? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Ooh, what?
All right.
Who lives the furthest? Wait, who lives the closest to Vegas?
This is all that I know.
I live here. I slept here last night. All right. Do you guys want to talk about another card?
Oh, let's talk about one more card.
You
Or
ever
several more.
hear
This is another which deck?
This is another Which Deck Played.
Sweet.
Which Deck Played Lock Treasure Hunter.
I don't know what this card is.
Nobody's heard of this card. Raise a hand if you've heard of this card.
Oh.
I don't see any hands up. No one. Yeah. This is one red and a black. One a red and a Slam mana. For a 2/3 legendary human rogue, lock can't be blocked. Wow, try saying that 5 times fast. Lock can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Oh, it stopped rhyming. That sucks. But he does have Mug, and whenever Lock attacks, each player mills a card, and if a land card was milled this way, you create a treasure token, and until the end of the turn, you can cast a spell from among those cards.
Wait, can I see it? I have to see this.
Whenever, no, because if I show you, you're gonna see the name of the deck.
All right, can you say, I was spacing out. That's the real reason, because I wasn't actually listening to you. So what is this card? What is it again?
Oh, no. You just want to make it read.
All right, I'm gonna read the Mug part.
What
because
color
this
is
is the black and red.
Black and red, okay.
When Lock attacks, each player mills a card, and if a land was milled this way, you create a treasure token. Until end of turn, you can cast a spell from among those cards.
Okay, it's 3 mana total?
One a red and a black for a 2/3 that can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. It's a legendary human rogue. And what deck do you think played this card?
This feels like I don't know, a Timna Dargo deck or something. It's like an attacking creature for Timna, and it makes treasures for Dargo and stuff. So, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's an interestingly cool effect. I don't know if that's the right word to say that, but it's kind of like a mini Atali every time it attacks. Gives you treasure. I'm gonna guess Timna Dargo, though I don't know that it belongs there, but I'm gonna guess Timna Dargo.
That's not a bad guess, but I'm actually gonna guess Rog Timna. But I think you're on the right track. Like this seems like it's doing Timna stuff, and we're probably both said it wrong.
Yeah.
Are there any audience answers? I got an, yeah, what do you got? Blue Farm, okay, that's a good one. How about here? Diada. Oh, that's a great
That might be
guess.
it. It might be Diada.
I don't know if by my voice, that's not the answer, unfortunately. Yeah. But it is a great guess. That's gnarly. If you play Diada, you probably should think about this card. What you got? Malcolm Vile's the correct answer. Holy, that was nicely done, yeah.
We got a pack for Malcolm Vile.
Beats the pants off of us with Tyam, and now knows Malcolm Vile. That's awesome. Yeah, this deck is coming back. Malcolm is a commander that makes a bunch of treasures. This thing is not a pirate; it is a rogue, but.
Treasure's good.
But treasure's good.
That's
yeah,
the thing.
you want to attack in this deck, and I think maybe this card just completely missed my radar when we were doing the Final Fantasy stuff. That's where this card is from, Final Fantasy.
Okay. It does seem kind of good. Right?
It does seem kind of Final Fantasy.
You can cast one of the spells out of the cards that were milled this way.
Out of the cards milled this way, yeah. So you, like we said, it's kind of like a mini Atali. You get to cast one of the 4 potential things that you get.
Yeah, so it's more or less whenever it attacks, it's attack trigger?
It's an attack trigger,
Whenever
yeah.
it attacks, draw a card, make a mana. That's kind of what it does, right? It makes a treasure normally, because out of 4, one of them might be a land.
Yeah.
And you get the pseudo draw card, because you get one piece of card selection.
So you're saying that makes it mini Atali, but I think it makes it slightly bigger Ragavan. So like on a scale of Ragavan to Atali.
Scale of Ragavan to Atali. This is a Ragatali.
Ragatali, yeah. That means it's a Ragadraga, is what it means. It's Ragadraga.
Sounds like rigatoni, like a type of pasta or something.
A rigatoni?
I like this card.
I'm gonna give it a rigatoni.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a rigatoni. I think this one is pretty good. I like what it does. 3 mana is a lot, obviously, but if you get this out on early with fast mana, I feel like this actually could do something.
Yeah, I think so too. The more that I look at this card, I actually think this might actually be
You're like persuading me that it's viable in Tim Dargo, honestly.
Is it?
It's gotta be close.
Is it worth trying?
Treasure so much.
Even in Blue Farm, like so many of the Blue Farm lists that I was looking at more recently are leaning way more in on the treasures. So like between Tataru, Stormkiln Artist, Professional Facebreaker, name another card.
Ragavan?
Right? Look at all these treasures that you know.
Yeah, I feel like the main issue with it is it never does anything right now. Like Professional Facebreaker makes you treasures, but also right now it turns your treasures that you already have into cards. That's why it's good. Ragavan, you can dash it out. Like all these other cards, the Tower draws you a card. Like all these other ones, they have a mode that does something right now, which I feel like you kind of need, which is like the only reason why I hesitate on this card. But it does feel like very dangerously close.
I think this
I'm
is
slamming it on the table so much. That's fine. Sorry. Can you guys hear the slams a little bit? A little bit. There's nods. Okay, sorry about the slamming.
Good volume.
Good volume. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Exclamation points.
It's the emphasis, yeah. What was that thing that Jim told Dwight Schrute he had to do? It's scream and slam your hands on the table.
I believe you.
We are warriors! Or human rogues, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, honestly, I really like this card. I really like Locke, and the more that I think about it, the better I think it is.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's move on to another card.
Another question real quick,
A question,
actually,
okay,
yeah.
here we go. A question that I will have is, I'm having a hard time. You want to pick one? What do these say?
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one on the podcast.
I'm curious about this. Do you guys look up foreign cEDH trends towards your deck edits?
Do you?
The answer for me is no, but every once in a while someone will like put one on my radar, like, hey, this did well in a tournament overseas or whatever. And I am always stunned by like how different the meta seems to be.
Yeah.
Especially in like Japanese circles, but sometimes in like European stuff too.
Yeah.
They were like, do you remember that there was a moment where there were crazy versions of like Rog Thrust that were just doing like very different stuff?
Yeah, not Sans Blue.
Semi-blue is what it was called. Yeah, that was kind of where that's something that was very popular in the Japanese meta, where they just decided to go, yeah, screw interaction. I'm just gonna play only humongous things and like cast Apex Devastator in my cEDH game.
Cascade, 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 Cascade is a fun line of text.
Yeah, so gross. Yeah.
But it is really cool. So yeah, certainly like sometimes they hit my radar and then I'm looking at like, can I be importing any of this? But the problem is a lot of times it's like the stuff that rises to the attention of the cEDH community in the US, I think, is stuff that is so different that it is like kind of built around an entirely different game plan. And then I feel like you can't really make edits based on that. You either need to like take a whole chunk of the game plan and make like, 5, 10 card swap all at once or not. So generally for edits, no. But for checking out what a cool deck is doing overseas, absolutely.
Yeah, I would definitely try out like an archetype like that. Like if there's another semi-blue that becomes super popular like that, I would definitely be willing to try that out. But I think just with the differences in even like politicking in different parts of the world too, like that also influences how, their deck building processes go. And here in the States, it seems like we do a lot more talking than a lot of the other, well, I mean, that seems like a very American thing, I guess. Let's be freaking real. But yeah, it definitely seems like we have a lot more of that going on in cEDH in general. So I think that there's like Tyler was saying, there's certain aspects that I can take from those decks, but I don't necessarily think that like a hard and fast copy paste into my let's say printer.
Printer, why not?
Into my printer, like I'm not necessarily gonna go with that necessarily all the time, but I'll definitely take like
I
inspiration.
understand you because proxies were not. Okay. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that joke. I'm way over my trouble.
Yeah,
You don't need any more.
Yeah.
I have one more question before the next one.
Please, yes.
Do you think AC could win a cEDH tournament? / which tier 4 deck do you think would have the best chance at winning?
Oh, tier 4 as in like it's not a cEDH deck?
Yeah,
Right now, okay. Yeah.
I feel like bracket 4 is like not well defined to begin with though.
Right,
Like to some people.
Can we
like,
define bracket 4?
Not cEDH. Power. Yeah. It's
Everything that's not cEDH, basically, yeah.
Yeah, trying as hard as you can, except not specifically around the cEDH meta. I think that's like roughly what bracket 4 is. It's
But
like
not trying hard enough?
no, trying making the deck as good as possible,
I
except
just made 8 people angry when I said that.
but not specifically adhering to the cEDH meta, but making the deck as strong as you can. I think it's like bracket 4.
It's the meta thing that really, I think, defines what cEDH is. It's a defining meta.
My AC deck, I feel like the casual, it is pretty good. Like it can win pretty.
I've always been scared of that one.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
real good.
It's difficult because it's just like slow. It does something really cool.
Can we say what
like,
AC does for those who don't know AC? Because it's a casual commander, and like you have to read casual commanders because there's no meta, so you always have to know what it does.
AC is a 6-mana blue and green legendary like serpent maybe. It says whenever a land enters play, you draw a card and you get an extra land drop each turn, and it's a 5/5. So it's basically Tatyova, which is almost a cEDH deck and has done well in the past. It might do well again maybe in the future, but it's 1 more mana, except you get an additional land drop as well because Tatyova just gives you whenever you play a land into play, you draw a card and you gain.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about this now all of a sudden because you brought up Tatyova. We haven't seen Tatyova in like a billion years. When we started the channel, the month before our first video went up, there was a cEDH tournament, and for years that was like the cEDH tournament that was referenced because there were no cEDH tournaments in 2020. And Tatyova got a top 4 in that tournament. I think
Heliod won.
The mono white Heliod won that one. What a time.
Yes.
Flash was unbanned in the format, and mono white Heliod won. Holy cow.
I played Golos at that tournament.
Holy cow.
I played Najila at that tournament.
And I stayed home.
Yeah.
I was the wee little piggy.
Piggy.
Yeah. Who ran wee all the way home? Yeah. So
You
was
think AC
hilarious.
could actually take down a cEDH?
Yeah, but would you build it the same? You would build it like Corvold. You would build it like the Wandering Minstrel. You'd build it like Loomer, right?
Right.
Like I would build it like way different than like kind of what you have it now. But like any time that a land enters, you get to draw a card. Can you imagine escape shifting?
Realistically,
You play the deck.
Realistically, I think you would have to like. No, the way that my list is right now, it could not win a cEDH tournament. But I do think that if you put like 10 counter spells in it, it could be almost a good cEDH deck. But then you're like listening to the cEDH meta, so then it's like not a bracket 4 deck anymore, and it's a bracket.
But that's the point of the question, right? The point of the question is, are we taking it?
No, which bracket 4 deck as is could win like a cEDH tournament? Once you adjust it to make it bracket 5, I would say like once you adjust it to a meta, which is what I would want to do to give myself a chance of winning, it wouldn't be bracket 4.
Well, it's not bracket 4
So like which like deck as is where you could like make no changes to? What do you got?
Xyrus. I think it's Xyrus.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe. Yeah, I could see Xyrus doing something like
I
that.
could see Xyrus.
Yeah, because Xyrus wants to play like Wheel of Fortune and Perforos and stuff like that, which is like kind of a win right there on it.
And I mean, like back when I was playing it in casual and I had that as a very optimized deck, like I already had Cryptolith, right? And now that gets like Bambi and like, you know, all this other crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Ring Vitality.
Yeah, I think with stuff that's like kind of bracket 4-ish decks, your best chance if you're not adapted to a cEDH meta is to like hope that the game goes long enough that your like battle cruiser stuff that they just cannot deal with is going to take over the game. And sometimes that'll happen enough times in a day for you to get lucky. So I'm going to say I think there's a fair handful that could get lucky, have a great day, and walk away winning.
Dylan and I were at a MagicCon the one year, and there was someone that really wanted to get in a game with us, but did not have a cEDH deck. And they did not care that their deck was not cEDH.
Oh, yeah.
They bust out Animar.
And it was casual Animar.
It was a casual Animar deck.
Answer, I think.
And there was nothing we could do to stop this Animar from doing everything on the planet.
They were playing like Eldrazi's on turn 3, Kozilek's, and I don't even remember what
Apex Devastator.
Devastator,
I can't believe that card's coming up so much.
Yeah. We got demolished by them too.
We got demolished.
Yeah, we just had like I had like cards like Fierce Guardianship, and like they're just playing creatures. It didn't matter. Yeah, like man.
I had a nightmare about it again last night. Like I can't escape it. It's so
I think Animar is the right answer.
Yeah. Animar's sweet. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's do one more card.
Yep.
Do you guys remember the new Prismari, the Inspiration? Well, it has inspired a cEDH deck to get even better.
Okay.
Oh, good job, Cameron. This is 5. This is 5 of blue and a red for a legendary creature, Elder Dragon. That's a 7/7. It's got flying and another ward cost of pay 5 life. But instants and sorcery spells you cast have Storm, which is whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each spell cast. Oh, we know. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who knows what it is?
It says it.
This was in a deck?
This was in a
Which
deck.
deck was it in?
This was. You have to tell me.
Oh, brother. All right, I have a question.
What are you doing? Like politics?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What deck was it in?
I don't know. Oh man, you almost got me. You almost got me.
What do you got?
Listen, there's 2 options. So you're going to pick one and I'm going to pick the other one, yeah?
Dude,
Okay, I'm going to say Vivi.
They're gonna say Vivi. Nice.
7 mana feels like $1 billion, so I'm going to assume it's got to be a deck that has reanimation spells or Eldritch Evolution spells.
Okay.
Is that I don't know. So
Those
like,
cards exist in decks.
what deck would want to do either of those things? You have to. So Eldritch Evolution, you would need like a commander that is like a 5-drop, and I can't think of anything right now.
There's no 5 drop.
If you're reanimating something, like why not reanimate like Razaketh or something like that, or like or Villas, or what? There's a much better one. Hoarding Brewlord, which would be way better.
Maybe there's a reason why.
So you're not in black or something like that. Dude, I don't know. What is this in? Gearson.
Gearson Starn, the ping guy?
I'm gonna guess Gearson Starn, the main guy, because I don't know. Oh, so yeah, I truthfully do not have a good guess.
Do we have any other guesses from the guy? Got a hand up? Myra. Like Myra, like the rug?
Myra the Magnificent.
That card doesn't exist. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that one? I'm so sorry. I don't know that one. Devil.
Myra. Rog Thras, okay. That is an answer.
Hold on. What does the devil say?
Malcolm Gades.
Malcolm Caddis.
Okay.
Oh, I need another answer. Way in the back.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Okay, Grixis reanimate.
I'm gonna do one more, because now I think we would be here all day. And I know I'm vamping, because I'm realizing that we're blowing through these cards way quicker than I thought that we would.
Was that a pun in some way, or is it blowing, Commander? Wait, no. Scratch that. Never mind, I didn't say that. Cut that. That's not good.
Oh, no.
Don't say blow.
Is it more than 3 cards? I'm not taking questions. I have to take an answer. I'm asking the questions here. Way in the back, sunglasses, sir. Vile Thras. Everyone's wrong. Nobody gets a point. Prismari the Inspiration is actively seeing play in Scion of the Ur-Dragon in cEDH. It's a dragon. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I just talked to Matt about his Scion of the Ur Dragon deck at our tournament a couple weeks ago. The fact that I didn't know this, very embarrassing.
Yeah, dude, I can see that. Yeah, 5 mana on Scion, 2 to entomb something, and Scion becomes a copy of it. So 7 mana, it's like your commander, but you get to play 5 colors.
Exactly. And then every instant or sorcerer that you cast has Storm, which is absolutely nutty.
I don't know about this deck though, because in that same conversation, Matt said, I think I'm gonna try and put Leveler in it. And I was like,
That was hilarious. We were trying to figure out a way where you can get Leveler and Thassa's Oracle into your graveyard, and then you have the Ur Dragon turn into Ancient Brass Dragon, which when it deals combat damage, it's an attack trigger, which when it attacks...
Combat damage, you roll a d20?
Yes.
And you reanimate CMC up to that number.
Up to that number. So as long as you roll 7, that means that you can bring back Thassa's Oracle and Leveler. Okay. And I did the math. You have about a 72% chance and a little bit of change, like 72-point-something% chance of rolling a 7 or higher on a d20.
Interesting. Okay.
And if you actually get away with that, and then someone endurances your graveyard, you have a 100% chance of selling your collection the next day. You're like, out of here.
It's literally worse odds than hitting a...
It's Vegas, baby.
Yeah, it's Vegas, yeah. Literally worse odds than hitting a sleep powder with your Venusaur. You're right. If you ever have a sleep powder on turn 1, you probably can go home.
Every single time. Oh, that's not good. Dude, I do see this Scion deck, though. The fact that it has access to the blue D20 Dragon, where you draw cards equal to the D20 roll, that's kind of great.
When I played against this, the Ancient Silver Dragon, I think that is. Thank you. Yeah. That one is... draw cards. You drew 9 cards off of that, and it was like unstoppable.
That's kind of crazy, right? Yeah. Dude, maybe that's the best bracket for. I had a good chance of winning a cEDH tournament. Scion.
But like,
that is built for cEDH.
That one is. Yeah.
It's another one of these like decks that are now built for like the new heuristic study kind of slot meta. Yes, I love the term for this, the slot meta. But like, you also get to play Ancient Brass Dragon, which is the one that makes treasures.
You love these cards. Copper makes treasures. Yeah. These are both.
I already talked about brass. That's why. Yeah. So Ancient what? What material?
Copper.
Copper. The Ancient Copper Dragon, and then like it plays Corvold too.
Yeah.
In the deck, so like, could you like you roll and like you make like 18 treasures, and then now you can like Corvold and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I could see that.
That's pretty gross. Yeah, it's pretty gross. The only problem with Sign of the Ur Dragon is that like you have to stack up the triggers really specifically. So the way the Sign of the Ur Dragon works is that for 2 mana, you can search your library for any dragon permanent, pop it into the graveyard, and then Scion becomes a copy of that dragon until end of turn, which means it loses its ability to entomb another dragon to the graveyard. So a lot of the original lines that worked with this meant that you had to get Scion out and then put 2 activations on the stack, one responding to the other, so that you could go get a...
Someone's knocking on the door. But
someone's there? No. Should I go answer? Trick or treat's not here yet. I'm very confused. But yeah, so you would use your first Scion activation to go get the thing that...
Something Scale Dragon.
Oh, I don't remember that one. No, I'm thinking about the Dreadnought that when it enters mills you 3, and then whenever something hits your graveyard, that's Colossal Grave Reaper. That's the name of it.
That card is so cool. I love that card so much.
Cool. And then the second activation was for Hoarding Broodlord, and you just win the game.
I want that. I want to be able to do something with the Colossal Dreadmaw. No, that's not what it's called. What is it?
Oh no, Colossal Dreadmaw is way cooler though.
Colossal Grave Reaper? Reaver. Sure.
A Reaper would be a spirit.
That card, it's like my favorite type of casual card ever because it has like mulch basically. Not really mulch, but like just like a bunch of like mill little effects. I think it's so incredibly powerful. And if there is a way to like break it in a cEDH deck, I think it would be so cool. I don't think there is because Hoarding Broodlord makes it like...
You an owl?
Hoarding Broodlord, I feel like gives you such like a high ceiling or maybe low floor for like reanimation targets. Like the Hoarding Broodlord line is so good that it makes it difficult to like consider other reanimation targets. But the Colossal Dread Reaver, it's such a cool card.
It is so cool, but it's just like everything else feels like efficient once you have a great Broodlord line, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have to ask something because you mentioned Sleep Powder, and I have been thinking about Pokemon way too much.
Yes.
We skipped over this when we were looking at new cards. So did anyone else notice that the Vision card has Solar Beam, which I know is a Pokemon move? And so my question is, what level does he learn Solar Beam at? Because I don't know anything about Marvel, to be honest. Almost nothing.
Yeah. What level do we think?
What level? 40?
40.
That's a great answer. Can we give that dude a pack?
Yeah.
Dude, do it. Go get him. And that makes sense because the Vision costs 4 mana, I'm pretty sure, too.
Who said 40? Because that was a really good answer.
I have a question.
Many people said 40. Okay, I'm sorry.
Tony?
I think I heard it here first. Thank you.
It's an egg move. That makes more sense. Yeah, an egg.
No, it's an egg I brought from home.
I get a question from Jace. How do you balance your role as content creators with getting the opportunity to play for fun in tournaments? / also, Tyler, when is the next event?
So if we mean the next Convoke event, then that is most likely going to be July. We had to push our schedule just a little bit, so we don't have a date locked in, but we will be announcing that pretty soon. So hang in there. Looking forward to July.
How do you balance your role as content creators with getting the opportunity to play for fun or in tournaments? You?
I mean, for me, it's a lot easier than for you guys because, frankly, like I am less recognizable. And boy, when we are at the convention, do I appreciate that so much. I can get across the hall like within 5 minutes. Like if I want to play a casual game, there's like a good chance that I can even think about more than one turn. It is awesome. But in general, I mean, I think we all love to play this game so much, and we just make time for it. Like even when we don't really have time to fit in some fun games of cEDH or whatever, like this is just what I want to be doing. So we all just stay up late.
I think. Yeah, for me, tournaments is kind of rough, and I've kind of said this before, but we film a lot on the weekends, and most tournaments are on the weekends, so it's kind of difficult. And also, content creation for us, it takes a lot of time. So a lot of time during my week, I'm doing the content stuff. So on the weekends, I would love to spend time with my fiance and my dogs and do family stuff. So it's hard to like get out and go to a lot of the tournaments. So that one's a little bit more tricky. But for the fun games, we still play locals every Tuesday, and I like to get all the games that we play with the creators and with patrons. We do like once a month on Patreon. So it's easy to get for fun games in, I feel like. But the tournaments is a little bit tricky, but just because we're doing other stuff at the time the tournaments are happening.
There's a cheat code that I can teach you. You must teach your
down,
fiancé and your dogs how to play cEDH.
Yeah, no, I've tried. Trust me, Rachel has not quite got there yet. But one day we'll get her.
One day. Yeah, we say that about everyone. So one of these days.
What about you? How do you balance?
There's no balance.
Yeah.
There's no balance. That's really the thing. Yeah, like every game I'm playing is for content.
Yeah.
Because this is what a dumb answer. Every game I play is for content because I'm learning something that I'm going to take to content. I'm going to use this game. I'm going to bring it into the podcast. I want to talk about it in the podcast.
Yeah.
What a cool thing, right? So like I want to say that like I'm going out of my way for fun games, but like I'm always trying to do like more research in like whatever is going on. I need more things to talk about on the podcast. I need to play more games of cEDH. So it kind of sounds lame, but like I just gotta make time to play games. So there really is no balance. It's just like making time and like being a good time manager and just trying to make sure that like I don't screw myself over with my schedule or something like that. But that's what that is.
Do you have any other cards you would like to talk about from other decks?
Oh yeah, I have a few more of these actually.
Before we do that, can I take a selfie with everyone just before because I want to? And I know Scott got a good one, but I want to try to take a selfie real quick.
Yeah, this one.
This is probably going to be a little bit difficult with the lights, and I'm going to try to get the back of Tyler and Cam's heads. Not just me. All right, hold on. Ready?
Nice.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong way. Ready? Oh, hold on. How do I get most of you in? Okay, 3, 2.
Nice.
Cool. All right, thank
that's
you.
great.
All right, let's get to another question.
All right, I got another card. I'm gonna stop leaning this one. I'm giving the camera guy a headache because I keep like going over here.
You are
and all
scaring
kinds
me
of stuff.
deeply.
Oh, I'm
Don't say.
gonna talk about Duskwatch Recruiter. Do you guys know Duskwatch Recruiter? What deck do you think this all playing?
Oh, I know the answer to this.
Ooh, okay.
Hold on. What's the new Naya one? The new Earthbender? Toph. I'm going to say Toph.
Oh.
Is it Toph?
Oh, let me read the Duskwatch Recruiter real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
This is 1 and a green for a creature, human, warrior, werewolf who's a 2/2. And for 2 and a green, you can look at the top 3 cards of your library and reveal a creature from among them and put it into your hand. Then you put the rest on the bottom of your library, and at the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast on the last turn, you get to transform it into Kralladin Horde. I should have practiced that card before I said it in front of a live studio audience.
The backside of Duskwatch Recruiter. That's the name of it.
Kralladin Horde Howler. Yeah, this is the backside of Duskwatch Recruiter. That's a werewolf that lets you cast creature spells for 1 less than they actually cost to cast. 100% of the time that I've read a line of text like that today, I have read it incorrectly. Crazy. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells in the last turn, transform this creature. Yeah. So on the front side, you get to put mana into it in order to find some creatures to put in your hand. The backside makes the creatures that you find cheaper to cast.
I have 2 questions.
Here, again, I'm not taking questions, but you can ask them at least.
This is a mono green card?
This is a mono green card, yes.
And the ability to search for a creature or look through the top for a creature doesn't cause it to tap?
It does not cause it to tap. No, it is just 2 and a green.
Brigid.
Oh, Brigid.
Brigid.
Brigid's a good answer.
And
I'm going to lock in Toph, because when I was building Toph, that's one of the cards I was considering, because Toph has 1,000 ways to make infinite mana, but then you have to figure out what to do with it, and this is a way to like use your infinite mana. So I'm going to guess Toph, but Brigid is also, it's same thing.
do we have any other guesses out here too? Yes. Yeah, what'd you got? TNT, Thrasios Timna. Oh, interesting. Yes. Aang at the crossroads. Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that could be if he makes
Devil?
infinite mana. Yeah.
Sovala. makes
Sovala,
sense.
green-white Sovala, who is not Heart of the Wilds.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Got one more over here.
Yeah, no way down on the band gang because there's that one card that transforms all humans.
Oh,
So
yes,
the
Moon
creatures
Mist.
cost less?
Yeah.
Moon Mist? Yeah.
Flip your commander and flip that.
That's interesting. Actually, if you flip Duskwatch Recruiter,
We're gonna be doing this forever.
yeah. If you flip Duskwatch Recruiter, you can no longer do what you actually want to do with it because the correct answer is Bridget. That is the correct answer. However, Dylan, I will give you a point for Toph because I think that any deck that needs like a similar way to try to find a win condition in a creature is going to want something like this because this is what Duskwatch Recruiter is for.
Right.
It's that once you are able to make infinite mana, you just put it all into the Recruiter and then that's what finds you Walking Ballista or something.
Was a great answer.
Yeah, I think Bridget. Thank you. I'm very great.
was, yeah.
I think Bridget is honestly I think it's a good commander. I like what it does a lot. I think it's very similar to green-white Sovala, which is almost a good commander on its own. But I feel like Bridget doesn't give the feels bad of like maybe giving someone else the game if you don't silence in time or something. I don't know. I feel like, and also when I was building Bridget, I did not see the witch line. The which
Seed
line?
Cradle
line.
Witch?
Seed Cradle Witch. I did not grasp that one. And
You
that's-
didn't know about Seed Cradle Witch
I didn't know-
originally?
I did not know
That
about
card
Seed
just
Cradle
wasn't
Witch.
on
I
your
know.
radar for 10 years?
It was not, but that card is obviously great with Bridget because it's infinite mana once Bridget makes 5 more mana.
I think it was 5 and we
Sometimes
had
the
one
pips are
floating.
tricky.
Yeah.
If Bridget makes 5 and you already have one floating of the other color and you can go back and forth, I know I'm put you on the spot, but can we say what the witch does? Do you have it?
Yeah, so for 2, a green and a white.
No, the witch. The witch.
No, I think he's starting with the ability, not the mana cost.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because who cares what the mana cost of the
So the
ability
mana
is?
cost is
You
kinda
ask what it does, not what it is. It does for 2, a green and a white. You get to give a creature +3/+3 and then untap it.
Right. Also, what it is importantly is a hybrid green or whites to cast, so it's a 1-drop that Ranger Captain can find, and it's a really cheap creature.
Actually,
for dice
everything
stuff.
can find, yeah.
Right. Yeah. All of your creature tutors can find it. Of course.
Price,
Yeah.
hard culture, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put a Bridget list together too, but I started from like 0 and built it up. And I want you guys to raise your hand if anyone's like had this experience. At like 1 o'clock in the morning, I found myself on Scryfall. Like I figured out the templating for like how to search abilities that like don't have a tap, and like I gotta read every single one they've ever printed, and just page after page after page.
Who can relate? Yeah, who's related? Yeah, right?
And so I saw Duskwatch Recruiter after I had gone a pretty far way down the list, and I ended up only doing Recruitment Officer, but that was like kind of the next one on the list where I was like, if I want another one of these open-ended outlets that's not Walking Ballista or Recruitment Officer, this is the next best one, I think, which is why I sort of was pretty sure that was it.
Recruitment Officer, it does a similar thing, except I think it's like 5 mana. It's more mana or something. But
It's 5 if you include the mana cost to
Yeah,
cast
it's
it.
1 white to cast and then 3 and a white to
Got
do
it.
it. Yeah.
But
But I
it
think
never
it
flips
only
over.
gets. I
It
think
never
it
flips
only
over.
gets. Is it any creature? I think it's only
it's-
humans. You
well,
can
it's a
reveal a
CMC.
creature with mana value 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it never flips over, so it never accidentally turns onto the creature's cost 1 less side, I think, which is why it's a little bit better, maybe.
Well, and
Well,
again,
and mostly because you can cast it for 1 mana, and you want the cheapest creatures possible because they're good for making your creature count high early.
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, like there's so many creature tutors in Bridget that only tutor creatures that have a 1 mana value. So like Starfield Shepherd's in there. Bright Glass Gear Hulk.
Broken in any deck that
Wins
can play
it.
it. It's the best card in the deck, I think.
Yeah, it just wins. Yeah. But yeah, that's what that one is Bridget, which is cool.
Bridget is a great deck, but I'm going to give you all advice because it is so easy to beat. If they are going to flip it on this turn, and you know they're going to flip it on this turn when they are in their upkeep, you bounce the Bridget, and they leave the building. They are fucking done. Can't do any good.
I have a question from T-Step on our Discord.
T-Step, yeah.
T-Step says, hey guys, I'm Tyler too. Hello, Tyler. My friend is bullying me into making my first cEDH deck. Any tips for a Jeskai player?
Oh, be comfortable playing black in your Jeskai deck.
It's a good start. Good start. Blue Farm's quite good.
Yeah.
Do you got anything?
I do. So something I've seen lately, Rogeshai is Ascendant, but I don't think that's necessarily very beginner friendly. I've seen good stuff Jeskai piles that are using Kaikar again, of all things.
I have seen that too. That almost went on the list today,
And
actually.
I think Kaikar is actually, like, it's not the best cEDH commander, but it is a perfectly reasonable mana engine that gives you incidental value and lets you learn the basics of like what Jeskai does in cEDH without like a ton of pressure to like super understand the meta and copy 5 heuristics and whatever. So I think that's a great starting place if you're committed to Jeskai. But Cam was right too.
Right, yeah.
Cam-
Honestly, Elsha's pretty sweet. I would say
Elsha's coming back. There's a new build for Elsha that I've been hearing about because my one buddy is an Elsha player. So there's Narset too.
Narset was going to be the one that I would suggest. I feel like all of the Narsets are like weirdly, some of them are good, but specifically the one that allows you to cast things out of your opponent's graveyards.
Oh, the 4-mana one.
4-mana one. There's
yeah.
also the one that like benefits you for like every spell that you've cast this turn. That one doesn't feel beginner's friendly to me. That one feels difficult to play. But the one that allows you to cast stuff out of your opponent's graveyards, you kind of don't have to do anything. You play your commander, and then if your opponents do stuff, you have good stuff to do. I think that card's pretty beginner friendly. But realistically, and obviously, Rograk Jeskai, Rograk Ishai is
It's the best one, but again, not necessarily the most beginner friendly. What I say add black is because Blue Farm, realistically, is going to be the best way to kind of get into the format if you plan on building other decks once you are done with the first deck that you start with.
Yeah.
Because you get the widest swath of cards that you can move into some other strategies from there, and there's not as many, like every single one of these Jeskai commanders is going to have some kind of niche card that you'll put in that deck, and then you will never play again after you take that deck apart or something.
Yeah. And although Rog Ishai is kind of difficult to play, I do think you can like go along the outline of like mulligan for Ristic Study and try to draw as many cards as possible, and like that's a pretty good way. Just like try not to die, counter the win conditions, and like eventually set up Underworld Breach. Like you have a rough outline, then you can kind of get there. But I agree, it's like more or less a control deck, which can be kind of difficult as a new player in cEDH. But I do think it's it's playable.
'Cause I think new players in cEDH who are playing a very control-y deck, sometimes even including Blue Farm, what I am always worried about for them is that other players are going to kind of nudge them, trying to be helpful, into countering everything except their own spells, when that's the right stuff to do. They will be like, I will help you be the police for the other two players, and you're actually not going to learn that well unless you spot that for what it is and push back against it.
You learn not to listen to your opponents. Is really what you learn.
Unless it's me, and then you should absolutely.
Unless it's me, yeah. Let's always listen to me.
Yeah.
Count the other Rock side players, it's not mine.
Yeah. So that's the advice that I have for a Jeskai player.
Yeah. Good advice. You have another one? We should, another card.
Did you look? Did you see what it was? Guys, this is the one that I'm the most excited about. So if you left already, you missed out. Yeah. Who here knows what the heck Avarice Totem is? I love that
You
card.
made that up.
No,
you made that up.
What does it do, Tyler?
It is a 1-mana artifact that I've tried to make work in so many casual decks over the years, and it has an activated ability for 5 colorless mana that says exchange control of Avarice Totem and target permanent and not an opponent controls, just target permanent.
Of course you do.
Non-land permanent.
Yeah.
Non-land permanent.
Non-land. You cannot exchange control of a card.
What card sounds more like my shit than that, honestly?
Yeah,
Kind of like a Gildedrick? Interesting. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, now you no longer have to try to make it work in casual because it actively works in cEDH.
Can I just refresh what you said? It is a 1-mana artifact?
1-mana artifact.
That for 5 mana and tap it?
Nope.
No tap. Just 5 mana, exchange the control of 2 9-land permanents? Permanents?
Exchange control of Avarice Totem.
and target non-land permanent.
Okay.
So what deck would play Avarice Totem in it?
What do you got?
Man, I actually knew the answer to this yesterday. I was just talking to someone about this. I have forgotten, but I know why. Because infinite mana, you get to. You know what? We'll talk about it in a minute. I am trying to remember which infinite mana deck.
I didn't even really realize the infinite mana thing. That makes me love this card way more than I did.
Can you activate it many times in response to itself? And
Hold priority,
yes.
activate again because it has
What
certainly
happens?
you can.
What happens?
whatever
when you do that?
the Avarice Totem is just going to bounce back and forth to whatever it is, right? Because you give it to that player.
Do
and
you
then give it
get
to that
everything
player.
for a second? Is that what happens?
You get everything for forever.
No. What?
No. So if you stack it enough times, you can effectively switch control of anything. So think about the most basic case. You're going to activate Avarice Totem, targeting this opponent's Soul Ring, opponent A, and then you're going to respond to that activation and activate Avarice Totem again, targeting opponent B's Soul Ring, and then you're going to activate Avarice Totem again, targeting
this stuff?
I mean, if you do this enough times, you get to take all of their stuff. But if you do like the simple case, you get to swap control of 2 things.
Okay.
But you're always giving away. I think you're always giving away Avarice Totem at the end. I believe is how that always ends up, right?
Do you get everything all at once?
I don't know
Is that what
because
that is?
you exchange Avarice Totem with something else. So when Avarice Totem goes to someone else's board, then Avarice Totem gets exchanged on that player's board with whatever else the other thing is. So then the totem gets exchanged with like player B's Soul Ring, and then now that player has a Soul Ring instead of the Avarice Totem.
I don't like this at all. This sounds too confusing.
It's fine.
If I were to guess a deck, I would guess Urza. Mono blue Urza. It's an artifact thing. You can find it off Urza Saga.
I think you're right, because if it can be a mana rock for one colorless
Right?
mana,
Yeah.
like that's the best floor. It raises the floor of this card.
Are you
really
being
high.
nice because I had the answer up on the iPad and open, and then you saw it, and then that's okay?
No.
Because it's not the answer. Urza's not the answer.
If it's just an artifact and it's little, I think, oh, maybe Urza. I don't know. So
No,
yeah.
that's a good guess. Yeah. Do we have any guesses from the crowd? Yes. Toph is a good guess.
Yeah.
It is not the correct answer. Kinnan is also not the correct
Why
answer.
would you
We'll be
tease
done
me like
here.
that? If I could do this, I would be doing it. Come on. Like,
I'm sorry, one more time. Arkham Dagson also feels like that would be a good one, but I think Arkham cares too much about
Creature artifacts,
creatures
maybe.
Yeah.
in particular. We got Hatman here. Magda.
Oh, Magda could search
Interesting.
for it?
You know, Magda probably could play this, but I don't know that I would necessarily
Ryan,
want
what you
to.
got?
Zerda.
Oh, makes it activated cost less.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm going
makes
to
it
take
in
one
Zerda.
more in the back. Tivit. No, everyone's wrong. Everyone's wrong yet again. We talked about this commander already today.
Oh, wow. I don't know. What
This is the Cabbage Merchant. That saw player
Oh,
miss.
give him foods. Yeah, give
him food.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you can't give him food because
It's
it's
not
exchange control of avarice, the avarice
Yeah,
totem with it, so you don't exchange the food.
What are we doing?
but you could if you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
If you do it enough. No, you're right. What this really does is it steals a Rhystic Study from a player in a non-blue deck.
Yeah, that's fair.
This lets you play. I think this lets you play this in like a Rhystic slot meta, and then that was way your mono green deck can. This is why I think like Magda could play it. Like you're in a non-blue deck, and if you really want a Rhystic Study,
Cabbage Merchant in particular loves having Rhystic Study alongside it, so that does kind of make sense that like if you're in a deck that doesn't otherwise grant you access to Rhystic Studies, this is a great way to get a Rhystic Study. What do you got?
Cabbage Man. We talked about this.
Is it the man?
We talked about
He's
this.
more than just his job.
Yeah.
he's more than just his job. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I feel that makes sense in that because Cabbage Merchant alongside Rhystic Study is an incredible combo. So having Cabbage Man in your command zone and then having this as a way to get the Rhystic Study, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
I agree.
That one.
I really got to start playing this deck and check it out.
dude, I think you should try it.
oh,
It
this is so
seems
silly.
cracked, yeah. I was gonna have Copper Gnomes be the card on the list, but Avarice Totem actually excited me as a card. Do you guys know what Copper Gnomes does? It's 2 mana for a 1/1, and for 4 mana, you can sacrifice it to choose an artifact card from your hand and put it into play. How funny is that?
So when I played Magic like the very first time when it was just like my friend's older brother's cards when I was like 14 or something.
Yeah.
This was he like randomly had this. Oh wait, I think maybe I'm thinking of Bottle Gnomes. Did you say Bottle Gnomes? Is this Bottle Gnomes?
No, I didn't say
Bottle
Bottle
Gnomes is like
Gnomes.
Saxon Gain Life or something.
I am
right?
thinking of a different gnomes.
Nice.
Never mind. I don't have a story about this at all.
Cool story, bro.
Very good.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do one more question before we move on to a final card then.
Oh man, Llama Mafia says a big long block of text and I can't read. So can you read Llama Mafia's?
Oh boy.
I will try. Is it possible to activate this ability in response to itself and generate some odd combinations? So this is with respect to Avarice Totem, I think. Yeah.
Probably.
Yes. So you know what? I'm gonna. There are a couple like big chunks of explanation here. The answer is just yes. Yes, it is possible to generate on combinations by activating it in response to itself. You can stack it as much as you want. That is the joy of this card. So just.
So yeah, the end result is you could take several things at one time.
Right. I mean, you're gonna have to trade something for them, right?
Yeah.
You can't just acquire a permanent without giving anything away. But
Yeah.
you know, if you're giving the food totem away, or if you're
But it only have to give itself away.
You set up a scenario where you give away everything bad and you have everything good. Like you're.
including the Avarice Totem. If you're giving away food tokens or something, then you're fine.
I thought the Avarice Totem had to exchange itself with something else.
It does.
So it can, yeah, but then like you give it to someone else and then you have the Avarice Totem exchange with one of your foods and then they get one of your foods and then you get the totem back and then you get to use the totem to take a Rhystic
I
Study
target your
and then you
Soul
get to do it again and then you
Now I
get to,
target my food in response.
Okay.
Other way around. I target my food, then I target your Soul Ring in response.
See, the best part about the Play to Win podcast is
All right,
that
you get it
we
back.
edit out
It doesn't-
all of this kind of stuff.
It doesn't cast Necropone, so I don't
We
get it
sound
at all.
so much smarter, when
We
it's not
do, yeah.
here.
Loondy12 also says, as content creators, how much do you feel you influence the meta? Which is kind of an evil question.
I feel like I do in the wrong direction.
If anything, I feel like we're kind of more like a microphone, so we don't necessarily influence. But if someone does something cool in a tournament and then we talk about it, I do think there's a world where we influence it slightly.
That's influencing.
I think
yeah.
you might have raised the price of Perplexing Chimera a couple cents.
I think that might be your fault. The one time I was like, I did this.
Yeah, that was definitely you.
It felt like
That was-
Perplexing Chimera.
But it's hard to look at realistically. I want to say no, but there is a chance that we maybe influence it a little bit.
I don't know that we influence the tournament meta per se.
Yeah.
But I think that there is an aspect of, like, when I watch other games on YouTube and I see, like, someone playing a Pokemon VGC team that seems really cool,
Yeah.
I am naturally going to want to try that out because, well, one thing is it is not my main game. I do not necessarily have the time to go in and build the whole team, but I also know what my weaknesses are, and deck building, team building is a big weakness of mine in general. And I lost my train of thought. So what were we talking about?
So here's what I will say. I think in terms of influencing the meta, like, you know, with specific cards, I think a lot less. With the popularity of certain decks, I don't think we influence the like tournament meta so much, but I think you guys in particular, like decks that you are really excited about become popular faster because there's so much stuff to see to like get a sense of like, would I like this deck? I think Sisei falls into this category. I think the explosion of Itali is a lot due to you. I think to a certain amount can, like, you know.
It was all thanks to Tim Robinson, actually. You could thank Tim Robinson for that.
Yeah. But so I think it's maybe a little more than you're giving him credit for.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I was trying to say, is that, like, you know, the stuff that we play on the show, I think is going to be what, like, some people who are, like, especially getting into the format are going to gravitate towards, and it's not going to be until there's a little bit more exposure that they start to see some other things. And I think a lot of things that I don't fully grasp is that there's a large part of our audience that is, like, not really cEDH players, like, but they might have a cEDH deck. So it might just be like a deck that they saw us play once and had a lot of fun with, and now they've been playing Cody for 5 years or something like that. Don't laugh, they're playing Cody and they love Cody.
We got about 5 minutes left. Should we do one more Discord question? Do you have
Honestly,
one more deck
the other two I'm less excited about. And like, they're gonna be easier. There's so many answers to Curse of Opulence, and Polymorph could have been in a lot of other decks. We already talked about a lot about Polymorph cards, so I think I'd rather answer some questions with our last couple minutes here.
Opinion on Gwen Stacy, the Jessica. We're talking about Jessica. Yeah, Gwen Stacy costs 2 mana and small is good. So that's my thought.
Gwen Stacy costs 3 mana.
You're kidding me.
I'm not. It's 2 in a red for Gwen Stacy.
What am I thinking of?
Can't be more positive.
What's the flip one?
Are you thinking Ral's a flip commander that's 2 mana?
Jeskai Gwen Stacy.
I know what we're talking about. Yeah, Jeskai Gwen Stacy.
Is Gwen Stacy 3 mana?
No.
Is it?
It's 1 in a red. I play it.
It's 1 in a red?
No.
Ha-ha!
No.
He said I couldn't be more positive.
I have only cast Gwen Stacy for 3 mana.
I think the reason the last time you played it, it was a drawn on proxy. I think maybe that's why you didn't have the real
And
one in
that's
front of
why,
you.
because I didn't have the real
It's 1 in
proxy.
red,
It was-
right? It's 1 in red. Yeah,
No,
for
it's
on the other
not.
side.
I
Yeah.
don't believe
Small
it.
is good, and 2 mana is good. I think Gwen Stacy is good because it's small. So while Cameron confirms that he's wrong about this, we're gonna move on to the next
You know what's
question.
really small? What? Rog.
Rog is small. I love
really
Rog.
small.
Rog's teensy.
Oh my God, I only have pictures of Emma Stone that have come up now.
This one's a good one for Tyler. Is the don't listen to Tyler rule common outside of the Play to Win crew? If not, it probably should be. Thank you, Dank Sinatra. I agree. It should be.
Yeah, I think it comes up more than I expected to outside of the play.
Now, realistically, you shouldn't listen to any of your opponents, especially opponents who you think might be smarter than you. So it's not a Tyler thing. It's just don't listen to
It's just
opponents.
that I think
who are
Tyler's smarter than
Right,
me.
yeah. Don't
Oh
listen
my
to
God.
people who are smarter than you. Just be happy in your own ignorance.
First of all, I'm not. Second of all, yeah, look, your opponents are gonna try and, like, you know, figure out a way to say things so they sound the least threatening.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really useful to identify that and name it. So like something that like you guys should say to me more often is like, are you doing this in good faith or are you wordsmithing me?
Yeah.
But you never asked me that.
Yeah, it's true. We have to ask the
You
right
should ask
questions.
me
Yeah.
that.
You
Yeah,
should
no.
hear your opponents. You should hear your opponents, but don't listen to them. If they say something, understand that they're saying, what could that mean? If Tyler says he's not the threat right now, or if I say I'm not the threat right now, that probably means I
That
think I'm
always
the
means
threat.
you're
You know
the
what I
threat.
mean?
Every
So, like,
time Dylan has said I'm not the threat, he always
because I am the threat.
sandbagging
Hear what your
necrophones in
opponents
his
say, but
hand.
don't listen to them. They're allowed to lie. You don't have your best interest in mind.
And yet, in our video with the Strixhaven commanders, in which you were questioning the wheel and said, you know what, maybe I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've rewatched that and just read the transcript? Like, I think I might have been wrong about not listening to Tyler.
I probably should have listened to you on that one. I don't want to be taken
It's
advantage
weird,
of.
you
You
know?
should wheel. You have the answer to fix the solution. You should do something. But realistically,
Heuristics exist for a reason, but like the rules are also meant to be
No
broken.
tutor. I agree that no tutoring was a pretty low ask. If you had asked me to don't win the game, I probably would have said no. But there's a world where I just draw appearance of the abyss and go, haha, I'm still going to win anyway. And I didn't even end up drawing a tutor out of the top 7. So like, I probably should have taken that specific deal. But you know,
And all the other ones too.
and all the other ones too. You live, you learn, say la vie.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Debung says, Cam, are you familiar with the
That's
Dino deal? Save.
so great.
I don't know. Save your
counter spells.
Oh, save your counter spells for a free car. I can't read this. I'm sorry.
All right, so this Dino deal in particular is.
I think it's save your counter spells for the other people. My win's non-deterministic. Is that the gist of what we're asking?
Oh, I thought he was saying his username again.
Or you don't cast one card from the flip. One you save as counter spell, so you don't cast one card from the flip from Atali.
Oh, okay. So I'm only gonna cast one card from the Atali flip if you let the Atali resolve.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
can I try and explain
Take it away, take it away, take it away.
I think what he's saying is that the Dino deal is like, I'm going to respect that you have a counterspell and ask you not to cast it. I'm going to give you a veto on one of the spells that Atali would cast.
Oh, yes, yes. 100% of the time that I do that, I lose the game. So I stop doing that. I say, you counter what you feel like you need to counter.
Honestly, I feel like the real thing with turbo decks is like if your opponent has a counterspell and you don't have backup, you lose that game. That's it. You lost it. It doesn't really matter if they do it or not. You just lost that game, and you have to hope that like you had the red blast when they had the fierce, or hope that they mulliganed and didn't find the red blast.
Or if there's another
game, right?
turbo deck at the table, I can say, no, you can't stop me. You're just going to lose to somebody else or
But
something.
I do think that might be worth considering of just saying like I'll give you like I know you have a counterspell. I'll let you like counter like just counter the I don't know. But the thing is the veto. If you get to veto one thing, then that means that like they still hold the counterspell in your hand, and then you don't do anything. You know
Like
what I mean?
eventually, when I find food chain, now they'll have the counter for food chain instead of something that actually technically didn't matter.
What you should do is say that I will give you the opportunity to veto one of my spells, and I just won't cast that spell. And then you do the Atali, and you flip them, and then you just cast all four anyway, and say, ha ha, I lied.
Yeah, don't listen to your opponents.
I think that's what you should do. That's the solution there.
There we
And
go.
they think I'm the sneaky one.
Yeah.
You're allowed to lie. On that note, it's 6:30. It's the end. I agree with whatever they're saying. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate y'all so
Really
much.
appreciate that. Thank
Playing
you
the
all
podcast. Thank you.
for staying until the end.
If you would like to come say hi to us, we'll be outside of this. Please feel free to come and say hello.
For
after
staying
this.
until the end, though, there's a couple of regular packs, collector boosters that I'm throwing out here as well. So I appreciate everyone who is here.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Andrew of Knox, Han Diddley, The Asian Sage, Tenception, Mac the Mad, Seabass, Not Kareth, Bob the Skull, Davisher, Abyss A, Peggy, E4 Cards, and more. Red, Finks MTG, Wandering Around, the Thresmian, Mike H, Tom Bieber, Cumulative Upkeep MTG, Nathan Cohen, Mr. Jerby, Okie Toad, Penguin Man, 0089, David Newman, Johnny Denver Omelet, Rocky Halls, Pat Fires, Wilco, Spangler, Larceny Roars, Sparky Blue, S.E. Phillip, Olin Groupie, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean on the Ice, The Works 472, Gare Bear Garrett, Mace the Ace, Luke Cook, Connor Sipon, Joshua Day, Demon of Rosgrease, Peter Stewart, Cornell Wild, Uncle Butts, Doot Luke, Kwaja A. Hamid, Scott Hawk, and Baby G-Bus.
Want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Thanks, Dragon Shield, for supporting the show. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off.
You can follow us on the internet for more content.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time. We should talk about our $50 patrons too.
Migs MTG, Lumi E, Devin Morrow, Carpet Angel, Turtle 99, Rick Shardicus, Max McComber, Meta, Ben Finelli, Sarcastic, Mystic Muffin Man, Zachary Coulson, Dalton Poteet, Jan Wildfing, Thomas Bueno, and David Nelson.